television city in Hollywood, it's Card Sharks. Here's the host of Card Sharks, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, and hello, everybody, and welcome to Card Sharks. If you haven't watched our show before, well, shame on you, because we have a good time on the show. We also have two very lovely dealers on Card Sharks, and I want you to meet them right now. Susanna Williams and Lacey Pemberton. Good morning, ladies. How are you? Today it'll be Lacey dealing the red cards to our returning champion, while Susanna deals the blue cards on the lower level to our new challenger. And before we meet those contestants, before we play our game, let's meet the contestants. And come in here, if you would, please, Terry. And Nancy. Oh, Jim. How you doing? I'm all right.
Good, good.
Kind of a rough time yesterday. The cards didn't flow just right for you.
They were terrible.
Still have $600.
Yeah, it's more than I came out here with.
Yeah, I was going to say, how much you leave home with?
Well, we had a little problem. We got my wallet stolen while we were out here, so I didn't come out here with a whole lot.
Well, you can buy a new wallet now. Yeah, you can buy a new wallet.
Yeah.
Tell us about Terry.
I'm from Rushville, Nebraska. I attend school at Colorado State University, where I'm also on the football team. And I love all kinds of sports. I love the snow ski and water ski. And
what are you majoring in?
Business.
Good. All right. What kind of business do you want to be in?
Just a businessman.
I'm sure you'll be very successful. Hello, Nancy.
Hi, Bob. I'm Nancy Bennett. I'm a flight attendant for a major airline. I live just outside of Dallas, Texas, and I love sports, especially golf and scuba diving.
You like to play golf, too?
Yeah, not very good, but it's fun.
I'm not either, but I sure love to play golf. All right, you guys know how to play this game, I'm sure. Lacey's dealt out the cards from a deck that you cut before we went on the air. Remember, first player to win 2 games wins the championship, goes on to play the big money card. So let's begin. Game number 1 right now between Terry and Nancy. Terry, this is yours. We surveyed 100 women business executives, and we asked them, did you start your career as a secretary? How many women business executives said that they did?
I would say that'd be a very low number, because I think most women executives have probably went through some pretty drastic training and stuff. You know, I'm sure, graduated from college. And
majored in business?
Majored in business, just become a businessman.
Yeah.
But I would say that'd be a fairly low number, about 35.
35 out of 100 women executives said they started as secretaries. Nancy, higher or lower than that?
I would say that even though they've probably got a lot of education, degrees, masters, I still think they might have been a secretary at some time along the road, so I'm going to go higher than that.
You think it might even be higher than that? Actual number of women executives who started as a secretary is 62. You're right. Nancy, it was higher. Okay, Nancy, this is your chance. Now, remember, because you won the high-low question, you can change this card. It's an 8.
Change that card, please.
Lacey will give us a new one. The 8 now becomes a deuce. There you go.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the deuce. Your card is an ace. Whoa. Lower than the ace. Look what I got. Jack.
I'm going to go lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack. It's a 3.
Higher than the 3.
To win game number 1. Yeah.
Take long.
No, it didn't take long at all, did it? I think she's a businesswoman, Terry. She won the first game. Remember, you got to win 2 games, though, to win the championship. So that means that Lacey will start dealing out cards from that same deck, and we'll go on with game number 2. And Nancy, the first question is for you. We surveyed 100 top fashion models, so we asked them, would you accept a high-fashion modeling assignment for Vogue magazine if it required you pose nude? Now, how many top models would pose nude for Vogue magazine?
Even though it's a good magazine, I figure if they're a top model, they're not going to want to go nude at that point. So I'm going to say it's going to be relatively low. Oh, they probably got enough assets they don't need to show the rest.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
I'm going to say 27.
27 out of 100 top models would pose nude for Vogue. Well, Terry, here's something you know a lot about.
I know a lot about this.
Yeah.
No, I would say that because modeling's an art, and that, you know, the body itself is, you know, very nice looking.
Yeah.
Very nice thing. I don't think it would bother them that much. I'm going to say higher.
You think it'll be higher
Just
than
a little
27?
higher, yeah.
Okay. Actual number of top models who would pose nude is 37. You're right. It was higher. Okay. Terry, you have control of the cards. Lacey is standing there saying, please don't ask me anything.
I know you would.
Okay. Here we are, Terry. It's a deuce.
We'll go higher, higher.
Higher than the deuce. It's an ace.
Lower, lower.
Lower than than the ace. It's a 6.
Freeze.
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 I can hear the entire football team yelling freeze, freeze down there. By freezing, he keeps Nancy away from the cards, and he protects his position. So let's go to our next question. This is for Terry. Terry, we surveyed 100 men who are serving time in prison, and we asked them, if an innocent person were convicted of a crime that you committed, would you keep quiet and let him serve your time in prison? How many prison inmates said yes, they would let the innocent person serve the time?
That's a tough question because you would consider most of the people being in prison would be a little bit dishonest. So, a lot dishonest as far as that goes.
You're going to be a heck of a businessman.
So I would say that, the amount of people that would come out and say, I'll go sit in prison because I did it, but if, someone else got caught for it, most of my ink would sit back and say, fine.
Suffer, sucker.
Yeah, so I'd say about 55 out of 100 would let the other person.
Let the other person keep quiet. Nancy will be higher or lower than 55.
Well, I figure they're already in prison, and so they could get someone out. They might be doing someone a favor. I'm going to say lower than that.
You think it'll be lower than the 55? The actual number of inmates who would let an innocent person serve time is 56, not lower, just a little bit higher. Terry, you froze on the 6.
That was close.
You want to play the 6
I
or
would
change
have changed that.
Get rid of the old 6, sure. The 6 now becomes an 8. Got to play.
Lower, we'll go lower, Bob.
Terry and the football team say lower than the 8. No! That means, Nancy, you get a free shot at the cards. All right, Nancy, you got to play this card. Let's see what it is if I can get the card. Out of there, it's a deuce.
I'll say higher.
Higher than the deuce. Your card is a 3.
Higher than the 3.
Higher than the 3. It's an 8.
Lower.
Lower than the 8. It is a 5.
I'm going to say higher.
If it's higher, you win the championship. You'll play the big money card. No! Whoa!
Can you believe that?
Back to the deuce she goes. Oh, you can do that. Then all right. Oh, my goodness. So Terry still has sort of a lead in this game. We'll be back to finish this game and see who our champion's going to be right after this. Of game number 2 of this match between Nancy and Terry. And let's go to our next high-low question. Nancy won the first game. Terry, you got to win this one. This is for you, Nancy. We surveyed 100 single women, and we asked them, have you ever actually spent all day getting ready for a date? How many single women said that they had?
Well, I'm an exception to the rule. I spend about 30 minutes getting ready for a date. But I know a lot of women who have started from showers and haircuts and painting nails and spent all day. So I am
a lot of guys in Southern California do that. Yeah.
Probably true.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to say 62 women have spent all day.
62 out of 100. Single women said they've spent all day. Terry.
That's a pretty high number, I think. I know that, a lot of them are out shopping, like you say, getting their haircut and stuff. But all day to go out on a date, I don't know. I'm going to have to say just a little bit lower than that.
Lower, just to go to a drive-in movie in Colorado,
just go
right?
to a drive-in movie,
The actual number of single women who have spent all day getting ready for a date is 42. You're right, Terry, it was lower. You froze on the 8.
We'll switch it.
Switch it. Let's just change it. How's that sound for you? All right, the 8 is now a 3. Higher than the 3. It's 2. Nancy gets a free shot. Nancy, here we go.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the deuce. Your card's an 8. Play a freeze.
I'm going to go higher.
She's going on. Higher than the 8 is the queen.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the queen. Deuce.
Get it higher.
For the championship. Yeah. Doggone, Terry.
I had some bad cards.
Yeah, you had some bad
You had a
cards.
heck of a chance coming
You
up.
want to let the pretty lady win anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You end up winning $600. You're a nice man. Thank you very much
Thank
for being
you.
with us. And good luck back
Thank
to
you.
school. Okay, we'll see you again. You go right out that way. Nancy, come over here. Oh, champ. Are you ready?
Good.
Yeah.
I think so.
Now, you've got $200. You are the champ. That $200 is yours to keep no matter what happens. But now the excitement is really going to begin because here comes Susanna and Lacey, and they have a deck of cards that you cut before we went on. And this is the time for you to win the big money. Now, the $200 you've won so far are yours to keep, but now we're going to give you new money, and we'll give you betting money of $200. Start you off on the bottom line. What you must do is bet your way across the line by calling off high and low. When you get to the second line, we'll give you another $400 of betting money. And again, you bet your way across the line, keeping in mind that minimum bets are $50 each time until you get to the top row up there. At that time, you must bet at least half of your dollars. Also, one of the good things is you'll have a chance to change one card per line by choosing one of the spare cards that Susanna is dealing out right now. Understand all that?
I sure do.
Sure, it's easy. Give the lady $200. She'll understand that. Turn that $200 into thousands of dollars. Good luck to you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Here's your first one. It's a 5. You can play or change.
I'm going to play it. I'm just going to bet $50 higher.
$50 that it's higher than the 5? It is.
right.
It's a queen. You've got $250.
Let's bet 150 lower.
150. Lower than the queen. Your card's a 4. Now you got 400.
Let's bet $300 higher.
300. Higher than the 4? 3. No. Brings it down to $100, but that's okay. We come up to the second row, give you another 400. This becomes your base card, and you've got $500.
I bet $400 higher.
400 higher than the 3. King, yes. 900.
Let's go $800 lower.
800. Lower than the king. 10. You can play or you can
I'm
change.
going to change that card
Which
to
one?
card number 2.
Number 2 card. Let's see what the 10 becomes. The 10 is now an ace. And you've got $1,700.
Lower.
For $3,400, yes. Now, the 7 comes up here, and you can change this card.
Change it with number 3.
Number 3. The 7 is now a jack. Good. Now, Nancy, you've got to bet at least $1,700.
I'm going to bet $3,000 lower.
3,000. That it's lower than the jack. Yes, it is. $6,400. Stay right here. Over you go. I thought you got mad and were leaving. Hi, who are you?
I'm her mother.
Oh, now you admit you're her mother. I see. Okay. We'll meet a new challenger for our champ right after this. Go right here, Mom. Sandy, please join us.
Hi, Hi, Mom.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What do you take to make you that way? Boy, you're a happy lady. You're just glad to be here, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Tell us about you.
Hi, I'm Sandy Nakata. I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii, and presently I live in El Segundo, California with my husband, Bob.
Bob.
Yeah,
What
Bob's
about you?
name.
David Letterman has a dog named Bob.
I'm not married to his dog. Come on.
Well, not all of us are dogs, you see. Most of us, but not all of us. You got the cards, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right, well, good luck to you. Now we're going to start this match, and Lacey will be dealing out the cards from the deck you cut. And remember, first player to win 2 games is the champion. So, first question, Nancy, for you. We surveyed 100 single women, and we asked them, have you ever told a man you were using birth control when you really were not?
What?
How many single women admitted that they've done that?
How
Pardon
can
me?
I say that with my mother in the audience?
Oh, you want to whisper to me? Have you ever told a man you were using birth control and you weren't?
Well, I don't know. How many single women said they did?
No, I ask you.
Let me see. I think some might
Your mother's
have.
leaving.
I don't know if I was one of those individuals or not, so I'm going to take the fifth on that question, but I would say...
No drinking on stage, please.
I would say 22 women have told men they're on birth control when they're not.
No.
Yeah.
What a terrible thing to say. With your mother here. Oh,
Sorry, Mom.
Sandy, will the actual number be higher or lower than 22?
I think it's going to be a low number 2, and in fact, I think it's lower because after 9 months, I mean, you might end up with a baby. Who wants a baby?
Yeah, you got a dog, right?
Yeah, I know. I'd rather have a dog. He's more obedient.
Sure. Named Bob. The actual number of single women who have told a man they were using birth control when they really were not is 11. It was lower, Sandy. Sandy, here we go. This is your card. It's a 7. Player
Change
change.
that card.
Yeah, the 7 is now a 3. Higher than the 3. It's an 8. Oh, freeze, yeah. We'll freeze on the 8. That keeps Nancy away from the cards, and we'll go right to another question. Before that, we're going to go to a commercial, though, so just get excited and stay that way. We'll be right back, okay? Don't go away.
Sooner or later, you're...
We have 2 very lovely contestants. Our champion is Nancy. Our challenger is Sandy. And we're in the middle of game number 1. First player to win 2 games wins the championship, plays the big money cards. Here's our next question. It's for you, Sandy. Sandy, we surveyed 100 men, and we asked them, if you discovered that your boss had fired someone for your mistake, would you confess? How many men claimed that they would confess?
Oh, I don't think very many men would. They have to feed their family. And somebody already, I mean, the guy probably found another job already. That's how I would feel. Like, he found another job, he's fine, let it go. So I would say it's a low number, 25.
25 men claimed they would confess? Nancy, higher or lower than that?
I would have to say men have a lot more integrity than that. I don't know how they
Way
sleep
to go,
at night.
Nancy.
We'll give them some credit here. And I don't know how they sleep at night thinking someone else got fired because of them. So I'm going to say it's going to be higher than that.
I think it's going to be considerably higher because I have faith in the American man who's an honest, upright citizen. Don't let me down, guys. The actual number of men who would confess their mistake is 81. Yeah, considerably higher. You bet. Nancy, time to do some catching up. Here's your card. It's a 5. Player change.
I'm going to play it.
All
I'm
right.
going to say higher.
Higher than the 5? It is a 10. Now what do you want to do?
Let's go lower than 10.
Going to go on. Lower than the 10. Card's a queen. Nope. Back to your base card you go. Sandy gets a free shot. Sandy, you've got to
Higher.
play off the 8. Higher than the 8, your card is a 6. No. Again, the cards are real tough. Okay, let's see if we can wind this game up here pretty soon. Okay. Nancy, this is for you. We surveyed 100 women who are newlyweds, and we asked them, did you cry on your honeymoon? How many newlywed women said that they did cry on their honeymoon?
Oh, I sure hope not. I figured they cried during their wedding. It's a real emotional time, but I'd hope they had a great time and didn't have any tears at all. So I'm going to say it's going to be relatively low. Let's try 30.
30 out of 100 said they cried on their honeymoon. Sandy, what do you think?
When I got married, I cried all day, all night, 2 weeks after.
Why? Why are you crying?
If you were married to my husband, you would. I'm only joking, honey. I think it's higher.
Oh, Bob the dog, huh?
I'm only joking.
Yeah. Actual number of newlywed women who cried on their honeymoon is 22. No, it was not higher. It was lower. What do you think now,
We're
Nancy?
going to try it again and go higher than the 5.
Going to go higher than the 5. It is an 8. Yes.
Lower than the 8.
Lower than the 8. Your card's a 9. What will you do?
Freeze on the 9.
Freeze on the 9?
Yeah.
So you have a slight lead. That keeps Sandy away from the cards. And this is our 4th and final question in this game, which means it's sudden death. Someone must win the game on this play of the cards, so control is very important. Here it is. It's for you, Sandy. We surveyed 100 people over the age of 65. We asked them, should parents over the age of 65 have the right to sue their grown children for support? How many senior citizens said yes, parents should be able to sue their grown children for support?
Oh, that's a real hard question because that, the parents, I mean, they raised them. Oh, I don't know.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a low number. I don't know. I'll just say 25.
25 out of 100. What do you think, Nancy? Higher or lower than 25?
Lower than that.
Even lower than that?
It was a free will.
It's a real interesting question, isn't it? The actual number of senior citizens who said parents should be able to sue their grown children for support is 27. It was a little higher. That means, Sandy, you have control. Now, Sandy, you have 2 choices to make. You can change the 8 and play it out. If you make a mistake, Nancy wins the game, or you can pass it on to Nancy, who must play off the 9. If she goofs, you win the game. What do you want to do?
I think I'm going to pass it to
Pass
Nancy.
it on to Nancy. All right, Nancy, if you play it out, you win game number 1.
Lower than the 9.
Lower than the 9. It is a king, and that means it's Sandy wins the game. Whoa! Congratulations to you. You win game number 1. Got to win 2 games, though, to win that championship. We'll pause for these words, and we'll be right back with more Card Sharks in just a moment. We don't have time to go on. Sandy won the first game. That means you have $100. And Nancy, tomorrow you'll have a chance to catch up. We have to go. Until next time, I'm Bob Eubanks for Lacey Pemberton, Susanna Williams, Gene Wood, and the whole gang here at Card Shark saying thank you very much for watching our show. We really appreciate it. We have a good time. We hope you do too. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Who dare tells, but Ray Combs keeps his lips to himself in back-to-back episodes of Family Feud, followed by $100,000 Pyramid.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks.